This is what happens when you pick up your entire life and move it somewhere else. And this camera is pointing somewhere else. Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and welcome to Disney Thursday. Today I'm going to be reviewing Prince Eric from Little Mermaid. This is the Disney Store 12-inch doll. Oh, and here he is, all in his boringness. I legit feel like Call Me Maybe was taken straight from inspiration from Little Mermaid. Let's just be honest about that whole movie
Hey, I just met you.
and that song. Prince Eric, compared to some of the other Disney Store dolls, is very basic. He has a gorgeous face sculpt, which I will get to last because that is what I think is most important. His costume is very plain, much like his character in the movie. It's just this plain white shirt, nothing special, detaches completely on the back so you can take it off. His pants kind of look a little bit like Aladdin, and like he kind of jacked Aladdin's clothing. He's got the nice black boots that most of the other princes have. He doesn't have the little shoes like some princes do. His underwear is coordinated with his pants because that seems to be a thing with princes. He's like all the rest of the males. It's plastic hair, which I think that Prince Eric could have been a perfect candidate for real hair. He is a walking commercial for, what is that commercial? Hair Club. Hair Club for men. His eyes are this beautiful shade of blue, which also happened to coordinate perfectly with his underwear. Overall, I think they took a little bit from the Aladdin scheme. Not only do his pants look a little bit like Aladdin's pants, just in blue, his face also has a lot of resemblance to the Aladdin sculpt, as well as just the Aladdin character in general. His hair kind of looks like it too. Like they kind of just took that mold and maybe painted it differently. His eyes have a little bit of what looks like eyeliner on it. It's got like this red lining right above it, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be his eyelid, but it looks kind of awkward. It looks like he's wearing makeup. His lips are a very, very, very soft shade of pink, so he almost looks like he's wearing lip gloss on top of it. I think he looks so much more like his character in the movie, unlike many of the other princes who don't really look like their character in the movie. What I do appreciate about the Prince Eric doll is that even though they did a basic costume for him and they didn't do something more advanced, not like Eric really has anything that's too advanced, is that they at least took the time to roll up the sleeves and the bottom of the pants so that it doesn't just look like they put some fabric on him and were like, here, Prince Eric doll. I don't really think there's anything that I would have expected them to do more of. The only thing that I would have liked to have seen is maybe just a little more originality in the face sculpt, because it really honestly looks to me like they just took the Aladdin mold and put Eric into it and just kind of like recolored it, and I just feel like maybe that could have been different, but again, but in my opinion, I really think that Aladdin and Eric look very similar to each other, so I don't know how much that could have been helped in the first place. As a couple set, honestly, I think they look more like pretty good friends. I feel bad for Ariel because she spent her entire movie trying to get Eric's attention and he ended up falling for somebody else. And in the end, they didn't really end up being the most perfect match made in heaven as far as the dolls are concerned, because they don't really look like they go too well with each other. The one thing that they do have that I really like is that their eyes really complement each other, that they have basically the exact same shade of blue. But I feel like Ariel looks a little bit like Jada de Laurentiis next to Eric with her big ol' head and his small one. And I think it's just all the volume in her hair just makes her look so much bigger than him. And I think that her head it doesn't work well with him because his head looks squished. So on a couple scale, I give Ariel and Eric at the Disney Store a 3 out of 5 because they really don't look like they're lovers that were separated by different worlds and they had to risk everything to be together. As a solo doll, however, I really think that Eric deserves a 4.9 out of 5 because I really think that he looks so perfect compared to some of the other dolls. The only complaint that I really had is that his face looks too much like Aladdin's and his head is just a little bit tiny compared to what I would think that Eric should be. I do really appreciate his sculpt. I love the costume. I really don't think there's anything different that they could have done. And I think that he's pretty much spot on to his character in the movie, like what he looks like. So I'm very happy with this purchase. As a final note, I was asked recently by a number of you guys to review the new 2012 dolls. Jacob and I are still in like our money saving pact, and my car actually had another incident today, had to be taken in, so I had to put more money into that. So unfortunately the dolls are not going to be really an option for a while. So if any of you guys are wanting to see those 2012 doll reviews, they'll probably be kind of late if we end up getting them. There are about a handful of them that we really want that we'll probably end up getting, and we probably will review them. But just as a note and a heads up, neither one of us really have the money at the moment because we're saving for a wedding. So if you guys are expecting those, just expect that if they do happen, it's going to be a long while from now. So anyways, that is the end for today's video. And for today, I want to ask you guys, who is your favorite character from Little Mermaid? And you're not allowed to say Ariel. And you can include the second and third movie, and you can also include the little-known, underrated television show that was on Disney Channel during all of my childhood. So any of your favorite character, put it below, and I will talk to you guys all next week when I review, I think I will be doing Prince Adam from Beauty and the Beast. And I will talk to you all then, and every other single day of this week. Peace out. Hit the good ones.